Hello and welcome to Fashion Report Friday, the weekly video series trying to get you the most MGP possible from the Mandeville Gold Saucer every week on a Friday when judging begins. This is week 363 and the theme this time is traditional futurist, which is obviously an interesting play on words. We have future armor as the clue for our helm, go west for our chest, Fashion Bandit for our gloves, and In the Fold for our feet. In this video we have a 100 score, an 80 with dies, and the easiest 80 possible. For the 100 score, I personally chose the Charlian goggles. This is because it's available for MGP, 20,000 MGP from the Gold Saucer Attendant. For the Charlian goggles, nice, easy, accessible to everybody level 1 and above. Alternatives to this include the shaded visor from the Luna Vanu. We also have the replica and original Skyret masks of casting, healing, and aiming, and there are likely quite a few other futuristic pieces of gear that would work. Most likely the Vanguard helms, but I have not tested those, so I'm not going to mention them directly. For the chest then, this can be only one item for Go West that we've seen in numerous fashion reports in the past, which is the New World Jacket. This is something that's crafted with Weaver, or obviously you can get this from a market board, looking exactly like that. There are no alternatives to this. For Fashion Bandit then, I remember this specifically. These are the Woad armlets. You can get any of the gloves for any role from Som Al. Som Al is obviously a dungeon that you can easily unsynchronize even on the free trial if you want to. Any of the gloves from in there that are arm guards or armlets will work. Then we get to our last slot, which is In the Fold. Basically go for the Scion Adventurer boots. This is something you can easily access if you've played through the MSQ. This comes from the Greater Obeisance quest. If you've misplaced these, you can go to a Calamity Salvager and buy these back for 100 gil. Alternatives to this, and a really great option if you haven't done the MSQ, would be the leather shoes. The leather shoes are accessible by everybody in the game. Simply go to Gwalter or any other low-level city-state armor vendor in the Steppes of Thal and buy these for 115 gil. Very good options. There are lots of other boots that would work, including the Dragon Skin and Falconer's boots and so on and so forth, but the Scion Adventurer boots should be accessible by you, and if they're not, go get the leather shoes instead from a low-level city-state armor vendor. Moving on then to the 80 with dies, we have any weapon in the game and any helm in the game dyed soot black, which is originally from the Ixali vendors for 216 gil. We have loam brown on any chest in the game, bone white on any arms in the game, void blue on any legs in the game, and dark red on any feet in the game. Those dies are not too bad actually. Most of those are vendor purchased, and as a result of that, it is a good option this week. It has been a very long time since I could recommend the easy 80 with dies, but I can recommend that. Maybe the dark red is a little bit annoying, but yeah, everything else is fine. For an easy 80 then, essentially what you want to do is combine any two items from the 100. In this example, we're combining the Charlian goggles, which is 20,000 MGP, with the Scion Adventurer boots, which is obviously from the MSQ, the Greater Obeisance quest, and from a Calamity Salvager for 100 gil if we've misplaced it. Any two items like this from the 100 would work. You can mix and match from the earlier parts of the video. Another way of doing an easy 80 would be to combine dies and an item. The leather shoes from any low-level city-state armor vendor, such as Gwalter in the Steppes of Thal Market District, Sapphire Avenue Exchange, for 115 gil, combine really nicely with some dies that we looked at on the die section. So Bark Brown is a brown that you can get for 40 gil from a dye merchant. Bone White is a dye that you can get for 40 gil from a dye merchant. And Ice Blue is a dye you can get from a dye merchant such as Nanabe in Uldar's Steppes of Thal. If you buy all three of those dyes and get yourself some leather shoes, dye your chest piece Bark Brown dye, your hand Bone White dye, and your legs Ice Blue, combine it with the leather shoes. Make sure you've got something else equipped in every slot and you'll get an easy 80. That's another way of doing this if you want to do it the cheapest possible way. It should be the cheapest 80 rather than the easiest 80, but yeah, combining any two items or going mixing and matching between dyes will also work. Anyway, thank you so much for watching today. A link in the description will take you to the Reddit thread where this is theorized each and every week, and go give it some love. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.